What's up, y'all? So today we are going to make a calculator with C++. So the first thing we're going to do is create a new project. Alright, so no, back. So new project, you click on CLR into project.net framework. Wait for it to load. Calculations, that's what we're going to call the project, and we're going to save it. New folder. Calculations. And oops, my bad. Select folder. Alright, since that's done, press create. Alright, so the first thing you are going to need to do is right click the file name, go down to properties, go to linker, system. You are to tell the computer that you're using a Windows, you are on Windows. Then you go to advanced. I don't know why it's taking so slow. Main, to tell the computer the output, the entry point, right? Or the whole thing runs, whatever. Click apply. Oh my god. Shoot. Then click OK. And then you create your. Shouldn't take this long. Click add new item. Then you go to UI. Go to UI. Let's just call it cal. And press add. Give it a second. So when this error shows up, what you need to do, close, go to cal, your .cpp file, double click, and you would, no, wrong page. You would need to add this using namespace system. Alright. Save. Then this project that thing, you just need to type in the name of your project, and we call it calculations. And the my form, which will be this, we called it cal. And alright, then we close the page. save one more time just to make sure. We close this. Then we open it back up. Alright. That was quicker than before. 755. Alright, so if you want to be sure without actually opening it up, if you want to be sure, like absolutely sure it worked, it should be showing this when you open it back up. It should show this instead of the H sign. And since it's showing this, we know the error is not going to show anymore. So we just click this. So now we work on how we want the calculator to look. So let's see. I do not know why it's being slow. Alright, so is that large? I don't know. Alright, so then we are going to need a text box. It should be somewhere over here. Text. Text box, there it is. We need it about that large, right? And the text box is just going to say 0. I'll explain why later. Enter. And now let's increase the size of the text box so it can be very large. Does that look good? I don't know. Let's increase it a little bit more. Let's make it 30. Yeah, that looks good. So now what we need to do is put a whole bunch of buttons. First we are going to need a delete button. So this should be self-explanatory. If we are ever done with the calculations and we want to make a new calculation or whatever, we're going to need the delete button. Delete. And then we are going to need a whole other button, and this should be smaller than the delete button. Alright, put it on the edge, little space. Then we're just gonna copy and paste. Copy, paste, 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 paste. See, it's already looking like a calculator. And now we're gonna need an extra buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not extra buttons, not right now. We'll put this, paste, point. This will be for the slash sign. That's too close. Will this be good? This should be good. Alright, so the slash sign. And then this will be the plus sign, the minus, the multiply, and the last button for enter. Let's make it wide. Alright, so now let's change the name. Button 2 equals to 7. Increase the font to 15. 7. Eight. 9. Use the font 15. 10. Not 10. Can't count sometimes. That should be 4. This will be 5. Create the font to 15. 15. 6. 1. 15. 15. 2. 3. 15. So he's already starting to look like a calculator. This 15. Where are we going to set that to 0? That look weird, so let's see if we can change the font to 12. Too small. Oh my god. Oh my god. My heart skipped the beat for a second. Oh, 15. Let's just leave it at 15. That look like a decimal, right? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Anybody that say it doesn't, well, I don't know what to tell you. Go get, I don't know. And this will be the slash. This is my favorite one. Enter. I don't know, the word just enter just I don't know, it just feels nice, you know? Enter 15. And this will be minus a plus. Minus. Plus. And 15 too. And this will be divide. No, multiply. So 15. And where is it? Okay. Multiply. No, I'm gonna put X for that. Oops. Alright. So I think we got it. So the next thing we are going to need to do is select all the numbers. Right, and we'll do an event call. Where is the event call? Click. And we're going to call it numbers. Yeah. And it should open up, right? And before we do that, we are going to need to declare some variables. So some double variables, double for first, second, second, and should I call it return or calculate? Oh no. I don't know. Answer. You know, we're just gonna call it answer. Ooh, I cannot spell answer. Why are you still giving me error? Give it a second. Then we are, see, just give it a second. Then we are going to save, like we always do. Create not a function, an object. Please, I think that's what it is. Number equals to save. That's what we call it. Oh no, we call it numbers. Save, cast, button, sender. Oh my bad. Then we're creating an if statement. If text box, that's what it is. Yep. Text box 1 text equals to 0. Guess we set the base value as 0. Text box 1 text equals to number text. Alright. Numbers text. So it's relevant this expected a number name. Oh. Oops. Text. That should fix it. Alright, so then we'll write an else statement. Text box 1. Text box 1 text equals to text box 1 text plus number text semicolon. Expected. Why do I keep forgetting the number name? Somebody help me. And why do I keep putting numbers instead of number? That should fix that problem. Save again. And then we are going to, oops, no. We just delete this real quick. Alright, so that should work. Give it a second, let it load. Alright. So the next thing we are going to do is, can you not? Alright, thank you, Lord. We are going to need to select all this, and we're going to call it, where is the click sign, for Christ's sake? Ooh, Lord. Click. Alright, click. Numbers. Should we call it OP? OP. It should load. Oh, before I forget, we are going to need a string and operators. That should fix the error. Right. Then let's figure out this number. OP thingamajig. So it's the same function we wrote up here when we say buttons, the little thing that was pointing up, then number, but instead we're going to do button, then pointing up, number OP equals to, that's what we call it, right? Number OP equals to save cast button pointing up. And I feel like I should call it by the right name, but I don't know the right name if I'm being honest. I'm talking about the thing pointing up, if y'all get lost. And we do first equals to double phrase. Oops. Phrase. Oh, that's not phrase. That's parse. Text box 1 text. And then semicolon. Operators equals to number op text. And before we forget, we need to do text box 1 text equals to. So what this does, so that when they type in the operators, whatever, once they type in, the text box is going to straight go back to blank, so that way they can type in the next number, and it will allow us to do whole calculations and stuff. So the next thing we're going to do, what we gonna do today? Alright, so what we're going to do is double click on this. Right, and we're going to need to write a function. Not a function, if statement. If not text box if not text box 1 equals to if not text box 1 text contains this point, right? This is statement will run text box. I need to start typing. I need to go back to typing club. Text equals to text box 1 text plus and then we save. And the last thing we need to do give it a second, let it load. So just to go over everything that has happened, what we did was we created a button click or events function, whatever, and whenever this number was clicked, it was going to appear on this. And then when one of these operators are clicked, it's going to go back to blank, but the operator that was clicked was going to be saved to a variable called operators. And now we need to create a event function that whatever, I don't know. Well, an event function. So first we're going to initialize, is that what I call it? Initialize the second variable, double parse text box 1 text. Then we're going to create an if statement. If operators equals to plus. Where's the plus sign? Alright. If operators equals to plus. And what did I set the variable as for? I set the variable as answer. Answer equals to first Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. First plus second. Text box 1. Ooh, why did I say 2? I really need to go and start typing well. Text equals to system dot convert. So what we're doing now is converting to string because answer. Okay, answer. Because the variable is safe. Because the variable answer wasn't double, and you have to convert it if you're trying to print it out into a string. So that's where we're converting it from double to string. So we're just gonna copy this again, this statement, and change it. Put else if, else if. All right. Let me. Else if this was minus, we are going to subtract, and we're going to save. And then another if statement, else if statement. Else if. So what we done? We done multiply. We done subtract. Now, no, not multiply. We did addition, subtraction, multiplication. And what do we put the multiplication sign as? Right, x. If operator equals to x, multiply. And then else if operator equals to divide, we divide. Alright, so that's all. And I know I didn't do this delete sign. I know I did not do the delete sign, but we are going to do that later in another video. If this video gets enough views, I'll add it. But if it doesn't, I don't know, I may still do it anyways. But yeah, now let's run and see how this looks. Alright. Alright, it's loading. Alright, so let's see. 6 multiplied by 6, enter. 36. 36 minus 36. That way we're going to put it right back in. 52 plus 52. 104. Let's reset it. 104. And now let's do divide. 6 divided by 3. Look at that. It works. So that's it, guys. That's how you do a basic I don't know if this was a tutorial, but still, that's how you do a basic calculator. And remember to like, subscribe, and comment down below on what new project I should try. See y'all later.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.